Welcome to Fun Facts Daily, your source for just the good stuff. Monday through Friday, we're bringing fun facts and news you can use, all carefully curated to uplift and inform. So give yourself a break, relax, and learn something awesome in just a few minutes every day. Hi everyone, I'm Kyle Wood. Today, we're going to be learning all about Nikola Tesla. Now, before I get into anything else, a little bit of housekeeping. I did a recent giveaway in my anniversary episode, and yesterday I did a random selection from those who entered, emailing me with the word of the day. So congratulations to Asher. Be sure to check your emails. You should have a $50 Visa gift card waiting for you. And as long as I'm making announcements, just a quick reminder, if you're interested in supporting the show and you want to listen without the ad breaks, check the links in the show notes because I recently set up a Patreon where for just $3 a month, you can get all 3 of my podcasts. That's hundreds of episodes, all ad-free. Now, as always, before we get into the facts, let's warm up our brains with a little challenge to see if you can tell fact from fiction. Consider this. Rumor has it, Nikola Tesla once invented a pocket-sized earthquake machine that he attached to the steel frame of a building under construction, creating such violent vibrations that it shattered windows across his New York City neighborhood and nearly brought down the entire building. They say the police were dispatched and Tesla was forced to smash his invention with a sledgehammer to stop the localized earthquake. What do you think? Is this an actual fact or just too good to be true? We'll find out at the end of the episode. Now for your word of the day. Our word for today is polyphase. That's Polyphase. A polyphase system is a means of distributing alternating current electrical power where the power transfer remains constant during each electrical cycle. This is achieved by using multiple overlapping electrical currents that peak at different times rather than relying on a single current that drops to 0 voltage repeatedly. Tesla's revolutionary polyphase alternating current motor, patented in 1888, used this exact principle to create a rotating magnetic field, which eliminated the need for the sparking, inefficient physical commutators used in earlier direct current motors. The word polyphase is a blend of the prefix poly from the Greek polis, which simply translates to many or much, and the word phase from the Greek phasis, meaning appearance. When scientists in the late 19th century needed a term to describe a system showing multiple electric waves operating out of step with one another, they combined these ancient Greek roots, giving us polyphase. Tesla's polyphase system quite literally showed many overlapping waves of energy successfully lighting up the industrialized world. Time for your daily high five, our top 5 fun facts about Nikola Tesla. Number 1. In 1898, Nikola Tesla demonstrated the world's first wireless remote-controlled boat. In 1898, at the Electrical Exposition in Madison Square Garden, Tesla unveiled a small, iron-hulled boat that he maneuvered through an indoor pool of water without touching it. He utilized radio waves to send signals to the boat's internal mechanisms, successfully controlling its propeller and rudder from a distance. The concept of invisible radio waves was so incredibly new and poorly understood by the general public that the audience couldn't comprehend the science behind the demonstration. Because people lacked an understanding of invisible radio frequencies, the crowd offered some wildly imaginative explanations for how the boat was moving. Some spectators genuinely believed Tesla was using magic or telepathy to steer the vessel with his mind. Others suggested that a highly trained miniature monkey was hidden secretly inside the hole, pulling levers in response to Tesla's verbal commands. Number 2. Nikola Tesla designed the world's first major hydroelectric power plant at Niagara Falls. In 1893, the Niagara Falls Power Company awarded Tesla and his business partner, George Westinghouse, the contract to harness the immense kinetic power of the famous waterfalls. Tesla utilized his polyphase alternating current system to design massive generators capable of capturing the energy of the rushing water. This was a monumental engineering gamble, as a commercial project of this scale and electrical output had never been attempted before in human history. The construction took several years of intense physical labor and mathematical problem solving, with the team facing numerous financial and mechanical hurdles along the way. On November 16, 1896, the switch was finally thrown and the power plant successfully transmitted electricity all the way to Buffalo, New York, 21 miles away. This event was a massive milestone in electrical engineering because it definitively proved that alternating current was superior to direct current for transmitting electricity over long distances. Direct current, which had been heavily championed by Thomas Edison, could only travel a mile or two before losing significant power due to resistance. Tesla's Niagara Falls triumph laid the groundwork for the modern high-voltage electrical grid system that currently powers homes and businesses around the world. Number 3. Nikola Tesla was obsessed with the number 3. Tesla lived with deep-seated compulsions that often dictated his daily routines, most notably a strict, lifelong fixation on the number 3 and its multiples. Before entering a building, he would frequently walk around the entire city block exactly 3 times before finally walking through the front door. He demanded that hotel staff place exactly 18 fresh towels in his room every single day, as 18 is a perfect multiple of 3. When staying at the famous New Yorker hotel for the last decade of his life, he chose the room 3327, located on the 33rd floor, to satisfy his intense numerical requirements. And that wasn't his only quirk. Tesla developed an intense fear of germs and dirt later in his professional life. He refused to shake hands with anyone he met, often keeping his hands safely tucked away in his pockets during social introductions to avoid physical contact. Before eating a meal, he would systematically polish his silverware and plates using exactly 18 cloth napkins to ensure they were perfectly sterile. He also had an intense aversion to touching human hair and a bizarre phobia of pearl jewelry, to the point where he would actually refuse to speak to women wearing pearls. Number 4. Nikola Tesla popularized the use of neon signs when he displayed them at the world's Columbian Exposition in Chicago. While Tesla didn't invent the neon gaslight itself, he was among the first to realize its immense potential for visual communication and artistic display. During the 1893 World's Fair in Chicago, his company was officially tasked with illuminating the massive exposition using his alternating current system. To dazzle the millions of visitors, Tesla took glass tubes, filled them with gas, and applied a high-frequency electrical current to make them glow brightly in the dark. He specifically heated and bent these glowing glass tubes to spell out the names of famous scientists, effectively creating the world's first modern neon signs. The mesmerizing, colorful lights immediately captivated fairgoers who had mostly only ever seen dim gas lamps or early, fragile, incandescent bulbs. This display served as a brilliant marketing tactic, proving the safety and versatility of alternating current to a highly skeptical public. His glowing glass tubes were the direct technological precursor to the bright, buzzing neon signs that would eventually dominate urban landscapes and commercial advertising in the 20th century. And our fifth and final fun fact for today: Nikola Tesla's legacy is woven into the fabric of modern physics, as his name is officially an international unit of magnetic strength. In 1960, the General Conference on Weights and Measures decided to honor the legendary inventor by cementing his name in the International System of Units. They established the Tesla, abbreviated with a capital T, as the standard unit used to measure the strength of a magnetic field, specifically magnetic flux density. The classic magnet holding up photos on your kitchen refrigerator only generates about 5/1000ths of a Tesla. It takes a massive, highly specialized piece of medical equipment like a hospital MRI machine to generate a magnetic field ranging from 1 to 3 Teslas. Having a standard unit of measurement named after you is widely considered to be one of the highest possible honors a scientist can achieve, putting him with the likes of Isaac Newton, James Watt, and Alessandro Volta. This recognition is incredibly fitting because his pioneering work with alternating current and rotating magnetic fields laid the groundwork for so much of our modern technology. Even long after his original physical machines have been upgraded or replaced, his brilliant mind continues to echo through laboratories and classrooms every time a physicist measures a magnetic force, an engineer designs an electric motor, or a doctor scans a patient. Now for some news you can use. Today's tip is a little productivity hack based on Nikola Tesla's famous obsession with the number 3. Instead of writing down a massive, overwhelming to-do list that makes you feel stressed just looking at it, try using a rule of 3. Every morning before you start your day, identify exactly 3 primary tasks that you want to accomplish. Write those 3 things down and make them your top priority. This works because it forces you to prioritize your time and energy. When faced with a list of 20 tasks, human beings often suffer from decision fatigue and end up procrastinating, just doing the easiest, least important chores first. By limiting your focus to just 3 main goals, you remove the anxiety of choice. And the human brain is actually kind of naturally wired to process, remember, and find satisfaction in groups of 3, which is exactly why we have stories with a beginning, middle, and end, and comedians use a rule of 3 in the structure of their jokes, or why we find it so easy to remember 3-word phrases like ready, set, go. When you apply this natural rhythm to your daily workflow, your goals instantly feel more memorable and manageable instead of insurmountable. Finally, the moment you've been waiting for. At the beginning of the episode, I asked, did Nikola Tesla actually invent a pocket-sized earthquake machine that nearly shook down his New York City neighborhood? This one's a fallacy. It's an exaggeration, a bit of a myth based on a real but much less destructive device. Tesla did invent a mechanical device called an electromechanical oscillator, which he patented in 1893. It was a steam-powered generator meant to create alternating current. During an experiment in his laboratory, he strapped a small version of this oscillator to a steel support pillar. The device found the resonant frequency of the building, causing the floorboards to vibrate and creating a loud rumbling noise that startled his neighbors and did prompt a visit from the police. But there were no shattered windows, no crumbling skyscrapers, and no neighborhood-wide earthquakes. Tesla enjoyed telling some tall tales to reporters later in his life, and he playfully exaggerated the story, claiming he could split the earth in 2 with his machine. Now, I hope you enjoyed learning a bit about Nikola Tesla with me today, and be sure to tune in every weekday for even more fun facts. Fun Facts Daily is an Airwave Media podcast. It was written, recorded, mixed, and edited by me, Kyle Wood. Thanks for sharing a part of your day with me. Be sure to follow Fun Facts Daily on your favorite podcast app so you can keep the good stuff coming your way every day. And if you like the show, please do me a favor and leave a kind rating, review, or just tell your friends about it.